A warm welcome to all the listeners. Listen to the Blue Horse. Dr.C.K.N. is in conversation with Pooja. I'm sure you'll enjoy this session, and I'm sure it's going to be some food for your thought.
Back again here with Mr. Blue Horse or whatever he calls himself Blue Horse. So we'll maintain that. Tell me, in continuation, to the last topic where we are talking about relationships, can you tell me how childhood can prepare or affect a person's relationship today, as they are today? How does childhood matter? The values they make or the experiences they go through, does it have an effect on what a person they become later?
Yeah, definitely. If you take the entire field of modern science today, there are many scientific schools and top scientists, psychologists. They have understood one thing. When a child is born, the first 6 years is a crucial period of time.
Right.
The child picks up so many things knowingly, okay, not unknowingly, knowingly.
Oh, okay. I always thought unknowingly.
Knowingly. Knowingly, it picks up so many things. The embedded part of the consciousness in which it picks up many things looking around the environment from the people. And that first 6 years, from the time it is born to the first 6 years, end of 6 years, is a crucial period of time for the personality development of the child.
Is it possible to influence that it picks up the right things, the child?
It is not the question of influencing the child, but whether knowingly or unknowingly, you are doing a lot of mistakes in front of the child.
Exactly. So I'm just thinking, like when a child is born, the mother or the mother-in-law or the father, everybody has an opinion, and the girl gets tensed, and the husband, and the sleepless nights, all that stress. So people are fighting, tensions are happening, all these things are happening in the initial 1 or 2 years. Is the kid picking that up? Is there any way to show only
That's going
the
to give a lot of
happiness part?
psychological discomfort when the child is too small.
Yeah.
When the parents are going to fight with each other a lot.
Yeah.
And that's going to give a lot of discomfort
Right.
and psychological imbalances. Because fear is one, which is a key factor in life. It's a
How does it affect
emotion.
in the later years? What is the personality that develops if it's gone through? I think pretty much
The
every
child is not
household
confirmed and sure of many things. Okay? If suppose at the age of 8, the child sees a parents getting separated,
Okay.
for example, and when the child grows up and gets married, and when there is a chance for it to, wanting to divorce this child from the spouse, it is easy for him to make a decision because my parents got divorced. So divorce is nothing wrong.
But what if the same 8 years is going through a very unsettled household where the parents are continuously fighting, or there is
That's
no
going to have
love
a
involved?
severe impact.
Yeah.
Severe impact on the character of the child.
Right.
It's going to really hamper the child, the psychological field. It will not have a very healthy mental friend. It will be subjected to a lot of emotions. There will be a lot of suppressed feeling in it,
Right.
which it cannot express, which reflects in other ways of thinking. Like when it is a kind of a psychological trauma that it has gone through.
Yeah.
From the time it has some consciousness, knowing that, always the parents are having a lot of discomfort situation in front of the child. And the child goes through this. It's a human mind. Is one thing, whether it is young or old, has a capacity to go on recording.
Yeah.
Whatever you go through, the human mind goes on recording it.
Yeah.
Every instance of it.
Endless data.
Yeah. Today you walk towards your car, you drop your key, as you pick up the key from your pocket, that also it will record. And then you pick up a key and open it. When tomorrow when it drops, the other day also I dropped the key like this.
Yeah.
So it goes on recording each and every small detail.
Is there any way to channelize only positive good things in that formation
No,
years?
how much of memory you're going to hold on, what all that you're recording is another factor. But when a child seeing the parents having lot of discomfort situation at home, right?
Yeah.
And it goes on recording it, it is going to have a terrific impact. And then when the child knows See, survival is a basic instinct in a human.
Yeah.
Now the child is a dependent
Yes.
for clothes, food and everything, housing and all that stuff. It knows it.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, if the parents are going to, separate from each other, then it is fearful of its future.
As a child?
Yes.
Okay.
The confusion is, whom shall I remain with? Mother or father? Maybe the child is clever enough. Say, my father is rich enough, let me go with my father.
You think children think like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Why not?
I'm not sure. So.
You may not be sure. The blue horse is sure.
Of course, blue horse is always sure. But how do you? I mean,
If the mother is rich enough, the child may prefer to stay with the mother. The law says till the age of 14, it is always for the child to stay with the
mother.
Mother spouse. Mother as a parent, mother.
Yeah.
But then, if the mother is poor enough, and if the father has the tendency that he wants the child, he can always attract the child with the money power it has.
But the law can intervene and say the child spousal support has to be given, right, for the children. There is law to that.
Okay, what will happen to the mental status then?
Yeah.
It becomes a confusing zone.
What do you do?
And if the child is decide to stay either with a father or mother, they're separated, and then when that father or mother again get married to another person, then what happens to the status of the child?
Okay.
That's a big question mark.
Yeah.
How they are going to treat this child? Are they going to show real love and affection? Or is this child is going to be entrance to the new married life of the parent with whom the child is living? Or if the newly married, marriage scenario of the parent is going to have another child to that new marriage, then what happens to the status of this child which was born to the earlier marriage?
But these are all questions, Madanandu. Where is the blue horse?
And how much of impact?
Now tell me. I'm
Now,
really
how am I,
asking.
if I am going to be that child, and how am I going to look at my life? This is where the personality comes into play.
Where is the solution? How do you shape up a good future regardless of the problems that we have to go through? Because problems are going to happen, right?
No, these are all things what happens in the society,
So-
and then how that impact your life in future.
Correct. So how do I even
you're
equip
either going to
myself?
be a moody person or going to be a violent person,
Yeah.
or you're going to have a sound mental health or not.
Yes.
You go through and if the newly married status of my parent after getting separated from my father, my mother is going to get married to someone, and then if that new guy coming in is not going to treat me properly, that's going to hurt me.
So what is the blue horse's solution? Do you have a solution, or you're just going to tell what's going to happen? Everybody knows problems happen.
No, it
I'm
is
still
not a
coming back
solution.
to-
No, we are not talking a solution here.
But how do we even...
How good a society is built.
But that's just a judgment, don't you think?
It is not a judgment. The society has to be strong. The individuals who are representing the society has to be strong, for which you have to share good relationship.
Back to...
That's
but
why I
you...
spoke
The
to
last session we agreed that there is nothing called relationship.
No, there is nothing called relationship because of the scenario of the economic status, for which we give a lot of importance.
How can we
Here,
live
because
without
of
that?
so much of breakage is going on in relationship, the future generation is getting affected. And in order to build a good human society, you have to have good children, getting molded up and bringing them up in a strong manner, so that tomorrow future of people who are going to lead the society have to be strong mentally.
So how do
Balanced.
we go about that? How do we, we all have problems, we all have situations, we all have pressures in a regular life. So how do you ensure the child
No,
is
these are
getting
all the wrong thing what is happening in the human society,
Yes.
where the human society is going crazier and crazier. Where is the solution? There is no solution for all this.
So it's just way down.
It does happens in spite of what the human being knows. What we are doing is going to affect the future generation. They don't care. They
Each
don't
to their
bother.
own.
You tell me they don't bother.
Yeah. There's no time to bother, in fact.
What do you mean there is no time to
How-
bother?
how
Then what is
about-
the time you have for?
I don't know. How about what if I say it's my life, I have one life, I need to live it the way I want and I like? Is that wrong?
So you're going to compromise on anything and everything?
No. So,
That's what you have done.
no, but where am I compromising? If I'm saying I'm
You
just
say
gonna
one
live my
life and one life and I'm going to enjoy this life.
And
one
it's my life to
that
within
I get-
myself.
so that I go to a new partner, get married again, ignore the child because I want to enjoy my life.
That's assuming if I got married in the first place. Blue horse. Do not jump to conclusions.
I am not jumping to conclusions.
I'm saying,
I
as an
am
individual.
explaining you something what is happening in existence and how these kind of scenario to the children gives them a lot of traumas.
Then what about I ask, if like considering today's right now, right here kind of attitude, should we be even allowed to procreate then? Because it's very temporary according to you or whatever is happening these days. Maybe today's people cannot handle a family life, or they cannot ensure that the child is getting a proper...
the childhood is very, very important.
Yeah.
If the childhood is going to have a lot of emotional turbulence in a child.
Which will happen these days. More
It's
so.
happening these days.
More so. Not that it wasn't there before. It was.
Because first of all, they're going through the pressure of education. Which is
Extreme.
going crazy.
Yes, extreme.
Which is going absolutely crazy. I don't know what they want the children to be molded for. So much of curriculum, so much of books and all that stuff. That pressure is very high.
True.
Then when these children, these kind of cases what we are discussing, when they get into peer group,
Oh yes.
when they share themselves, in my house these are all things happening, I'm not happy, you will have your own friends to your level, maybe at the age of 12, 13, 14, you will discuss a lot of things with your peer group.
Correct.
And then the comparison starts. No, my husband and my father and mother are very loving with each other. They take care of me very well. I don't have such problems at home and all that stuff. Okay. Then the child longs for love. If that love from the parents are going to be deprived to a child, then the child is going to really get affected. Do you agree to this?
Yes, of course.
Every children long for love from the parents.
Yeah. The time, love and affection.
Yeah. When a child is born in a family, they love the child, the first child. When the second child is born to the same parents, when the shift of attention goes from the parents to the second child, the first child get affected.
Yeah.
That also you would have been knowing, you would have noticed in many families.
Yes.
And like this, there are many fluctuating factors. What it is to give real attention to a child, what it is. Say for example, I will tell you like this. You like dogs.
Yes.
You buy a puppy. Okay? That puppy cannot speak. It can only bark. But you know so much about animals. You know how to read its behavior. You know when it is hungry. Right?
Yeah.
You know when it is sick.
Yeah.
You know when it wants to go for a walk.
Correct.
You know when it wants to,
Sleep.
wants to sleep, wants
Or
to
play.
take him out or play,
Yeah.
take him out for a loo or whatever. All that kind of thing. You read the body language.
Yes.
Does a human being read that kind of a body language with the children?
Not really.
Why? When as an individual, when you can read an animal behavior, why are you not able to, read your own children behavior?
I think.
And the children can speak.
Yeah, probably.
And the
that's
children
what-
can express.
Yeah.
But you ignore. You
Because.
fail there.
Yes. Okay. So that's.
I think now I make sense.
Yes. Now finally we are coming to what I've been asking all along. What do you do? Probably give them the attention and observe them and understand them.
These are the what basic education an individual should have, and how to treat a child, how to protect a child, and how to shape up a child.
So that comes from a person's independent capability, because nowhere we tell anybody,
See,
right?
you are having economic stress because of your workplace, your work stress.
Yeah.
All the kind of demands from the society. Okay. Finally, you show all your frustration either on your spouse or on your children, right? So you don't give a healthy childhood to a person who is born to you.
That's a terrible state of things.
It is not terrible. This is what is happening in existence.
But it has.
People don't know how most of the present generation, heart to heart, they want to do the best to the child.
Yeah.
When they think about their child. When it comes to the question of delivery, because of their emotional turbulences and fluctuations and economic status and scenarios, Okay?
Yeah.
They are not in a position to deliver. I wish you understand.
I absolutely understand, but what do you do? I'm not sure, because I know, I mean, actually after 30 is when you kind of realize that as a child what you've gone through has an impact on you today. You really kind of understand why you are the way you are, or what is plus or what is minus in
See,
you, and why it's come
in the
through.
field of psychology, always there is a question. There are two schools of thoughts. It is characteristic traits are born or made.
This always I
In my
question
books, it's
myself.
born
Okay, I think it's made.
by 60%,
For
made
me-
by 40%.
I thought made is more.
No, made is lesser.
Yeah.
Yeah, born is more.
What?
Because like characteristics or traits are born, it's not born with you. You are subjected to go through these emotional fluctuations and whatever parents' ignorance and all that stuff, which is a fate in you, and you get jammed with that.
So that is the made part, right? You're not born.
No, that is
born,
a
you mean?
born
Alright.
part, because
Okay.
you're born to a parents who are not stable enough.
Yeah. So I thought born meaning, in some sort of genetic level. Okay,
No.
this I understood.
No.
All right.
Yeah.
This I agree.
So-
because everything that you see and you grow up with is what you are, end of the day.
Yeah,
Is true.
yeah,
Whether you agree or not, it kind of dictates your behavior.
yeah. Like when the children grow up and all that stuff, if they represent a rich family, and for a parent, you have 3-4 children, and then when they grow up after the age of 30, 35, 40 and all that, the parents become very old, and they're a rich family. They fight cats and dogs for the properties.
Yeah. Sadly. And the richer they are, the worse and bloodthirsty.
That's why there is a proverb in English, like poverty will unite people, property will divide people.
Which is true. I think we see that every other day.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. However best that you brought up your child,
Yeah.
in the end, these children fight with each other. I want this, I want that.
That's true. So, regardless of child or wherever, whatever mankind is, I think it's singular, right? Everything it comes
It's
back
not
to
like
I,
the
me,
same.
myself or something.
I, me, myself is not the question here. The question is the whole world functions with only one concept.
Money?
I give you this and you give me that.
But that
Your
is
relationship ends there.
but that's still okay. At least there is a giving. There are only takers
When
also.
I give you this and you don't give me that, the problem starts. You got it?
Okay, got it.
Yeah. When I give you this, I want that.
Yeah. Interesting.
Sometimes
session.
if I can say I express what I want, that. Sometimes I only dream that what I want, that. And then I don't make you understand what I'm looking for from you.
Yeah.
Then the relationship fails.
Yeah. Communication.
So, see, if I come to your hotel, I give you money, you give me food. Right?
Correct.
If I don't give you money, you don't give me food.
Absolutely.
It's something like that only in a human relationship also.
Yeah. Transactional, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I give you this, you give me that. I give you enough of pocket money for you, you give me cook better food for me. And it goes that way. So this parental condition is the one which mold a healthy child.
Probably we can give it a try. The listeners probably, I'm sure this is daily existential crisis that we all go through. One thing that Blue Horse said, just observe what the child is doing or what they are saying and give it enough understanding or give it enough weightage of why they are saying certain things. Probably it might help all of us at some point. Because end of the day, even the child is going to be taking care of you or at least be in your life at some point as an adult. So it's important they carry the right values. Good luck, and we will meet you again with Blue Horse in the next session. Whatever you're listening, please give it a thought after. Just have a takeaway from each of these talks. Okay, signing off. Alright, Blue Horse, we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.